So, this evening I would like to speak directly to some of the so-called Israel advocacy folks here on Instagram. I noticed there's a trend. I don't know why it started. I can only suspect that this is a response or a collective response, maybe even a gang up of sorts, to what was posted by a particular Israel advocacy person on Instagram in favor of Rabbi Meir Kahane. And I'm noticing a lot of either implicit content or explicit content against Rabbi Kahane. So I just want to talk to you folks about what Rabbi Kahane was about. Rabbi Kahane was not about hating Arabs. Folks, Rabbi Kahane's message was very, very simple. A Jew should be proud of who he is. A Jew should ideally keep Torah and live on the land. Arabs, the fact that Jews have come back to the land of Israel is an affront to Arabs, is an affront to Islam. Arabs have 20 or 21 countries they can live in that they are from. I will just add, and I'm sure Rabbi Kahane said this at one point, at one point, the people who like to call themselves Palestinians wanted to be part of Syria. This is a fact. 80% or 75% of what today is Jordan is Palestinians, is comprised of Palestinians. So really, Jordan is their land. And he used to say, how do you have an anthem like Hatikva where one of the words is Nefesh Yehudi Omiyah, like the soul of a Jew yearns, and you're forcing an Arab to pledge allegiance to that. How much contempt do you have for the Arab that you're forcing them to pledge allegiance to that? Folks, all he said was that if it was up to them, we would all be gone. Either gone as in gone, or kicked out of our own land, of the land of Israel. My friends, so they can come and say, well, Tzvi, there's a bunch of Arabs that live in Israel who are supposed loyal citizens to the state. My friends, I'm telling you to your face, you are naive. I notice a lot of you are under the age of 30. So many of you under the age of 25. You guys are naive. You're naive. Yes, you're naive little kids. You're naive. Grow up. Notice how not one of these countries, Egypt, Jordan, wants to take these people in, right? Not one of them. I can tell you that when Iran, I was in Israel when Iran was lobbing ballistic missiles at Israel. Folks, you know what I heard? I was staying in an apartment in just behind the area, just behind City Hall. Do you know what I heard, guys? From right next door to me in the Arab neighborhood in East Jerusalem, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Woohoo, woohoo. They were cheering. My friends, these missiles are headed for them. They were cheering. Now you could come back to me and say, oh, these are not citizens of Israel. My friends, these people have provisional Israeli IDs. They live in Israel. These Arabs live in Israel. These are Israeli Arabs. My friends, what's the difference between an Arab who lives, on the other side of, Shmuel and Avi, where the train is, who lives in the old city, on the other side of the old city, and an Arab who lives in, Jaffa, Tel Aviv. Nothing. My friends, they were cheering in Jaffa too. They were cheering in Jaffa. They were cheering in Nazareth. They were cheering in Al-Fahim. They were cheering in Haifa. My friends, Arabs were cheering everywhere. They were handing out candy and knafe everywhere, sweets everywhere when October 7th happened. You think they weren't celebrating? Openly, privately? My friends, my friend Professor Mordechai Kedar likes to say, You have Skittles. You have a bag of Skittles or M&Ms, right? And you know one of them is poisonous. Are you going to buy the bag? Are you going to eat any of the M&Ms? No, you're not. This is not about hating anybody. It's just about living and being in non-naive reality. And the non-naive real reality is these people don't want us to be in the land of Israel. And the fact that we came back is an offense to their theology. It is literally flying in the face of their theology. It basically negates their theology, because their theology says that we are a people without a land. We are a people whom God kicked out of the land, never to return again, because of our sins, whatever it is, right? I mean, he did that, and then he let us back in. Because ultimately he said the land will always be ours no matter what we do. Yeah, we had onesh, what's called punishment, for a hot second, but we came back. But the fact that we came back is an affront. It negates their religion, my friends. You understand this? It negates the Quran, which calls us apes, descendants of apes and pigs. Again, it's not about hatred. These people have 20 countries. We have one. Some of them who are here, who are in Israel, hail from Syria. Some of them hail from Yemen. Some of them hail from Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon. Folks, a lot of them live in Lebanon, right? They experience real apartheid there. They can't go to schools. The little kids can't go to schools. They have to go to Palestinian-only schools. There are Palestinian refugees in Syria. The ones in Gaza, half of them have the last name al-Masri, right? The most common last name is al-Masri. Not half, but a lot of people. My friends, Rabbi Kahane was telling, everything I just said to you, he was telling us all of these things. And you live in fantasy world. Oh, we both have to win. Folks, how are both the Jews and the Arabs going to win if the Arabs want us dead? We don't want them dead. They want us dead. We want them alive. We just want them somewhere else. They don't want us. They don't even want us somewhere else. They want to kill us wherever we are. Folks, go to a major city in America. Go to a major city in Europe. They don't want us even alive. Even if all of us leave Israel, Has v'Shalom, today, and go to all these different cities, they will hunt us down there. My friends, I mean, I don't know if we are living on the same planet. If you and I are living on the same planet and the same reality, especially after October 7th. I don't know. I wonder. Oh, we both have to win. My friends, unfortunately in the Middle East, this is a zero-sum game. Either they win or we win. You may ask, what does that look like? What does victory look like? Victory looks like when they stop trying to kill us. And since they're not going to stop trying to kill us, they have to leave. I'm sorry. You want to live or you want to not live? 1, 0, binary, red or blue. You know what I mean? Take the red pill, take the blue pill. I'm not talking about, these guys who make videos on YouTube with all the whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Again, guys, this is not about hating anybody for its own sake or hating any group of people intrinsically. It's just life or death. That's all this is, guys. That's really all this is. And if you look at the history, you start from the Hebron massacre, the Grand Mufti, Haji Milan Husseini. You go all the way to 1948. You go, even before that. They were offered it, attack. And then the 50s, they were offered it, attack. Like them attacking us. Again, 67, attack. 73, attack. And on, intifadas, this, that. My friends, I learned Torah. I used to learn Torah with a guy whose wife was one of the victims in the Sparrow Pizzeria bombing in Jerusalem. She was pregnant. My friends, do you think that a person like that she or other people who were in that pizzeria wanted to they dreamt of attacking Arabs? No, they did not. My friends, they want us out. They want us out. They believe it's their land for whatever reason. Why? Because Islam says any land that Islam conquers is forever its, belongs to it. And so again, the Jews coming back to the land of Israel is literally a threat to the theology of the Quran. It negates them. It negates the Quran, my friends. They have to take up another religion. I don't know what other. They have to find another religion to worship, and they can't. And they're not going to do that, right? And since they're not going to do that, we have a problem, right? And we just keep giving them stuff, and we keep giving them, supplies, which is stolen by Hamas. We keep giving them and giving them and giving them and giving them. My friends, we're suicidal at this point. We're suicidal. And you're like, no, but, we have to, there's people here that are like, loyal citizens. My friends, they're only as loyal as the power that be, which is us, in a soft way, forces them to be loyal. If they didn't have to be loyal, they wouldn't be loyal, and they would make us dhimmis, if not kick us out or make us swim in the sea. They would just make us dhimmis. Dhimmi is called a second-class citizen under the umbrella of Islam. We get to live under Islam. My friends, and I will end with this, based on what I just said. Why do you think, just sit down and think a little bit if you're capable of that the majority of Rabbi Kahane's supporters, when he was running for Knesset in Israel, are Jews who repatriated Israel from Arab countries? Because they lived with Arabs. I'm quoting Rabbi Kahane right now. They lived with Arabs, and they lived under Arabs, and they didn't learn about Arabs at Georgetown University or any other university. And they never want to do that again. Laila Tov.